A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the lecture series of Integrated Circuit, that is KEC 101. Myself Uma Sharma, Assistant Professor in ECE Department of Ajay Kumar Engineering College. So today in this lecture, we will discuss basic of log and anti-log amplifier. So these are the content of my presentation, starting with the basic introduction to logarithmic amplifier, then temperature compensated log amplifier, then anti-log amplifier. So before moving to the logarithmic amplifier, first we should understand what is the basic important of designing a logarithmic amplifier. This log amplifier basically belongs to the non-linear application of op-amp, non-linear application of op-amp, where output is non-linearly related with the input. So here this topic belongs to the non-linear application of operational amplifier. In the unit 3rd, we will discuss all the non-linear application of op-amp, as in the unit 2 we have discussed the linear application of op-amp. So the function of logarithmic amplifier is to calculate the log of any input, and there are so many applications in which we can use logarithmic amplifier, like to implement the multiplication, to implement the division function, or to calculate the power of any number, or with the help of this log or anti-log amplifier we can compress the dynamic range, we can expand the dynamic range, or we can calculate the square root of any function. So let's say, for example, there is one input A. When we pass this A through a log amplifier that we will discuss later in this lecture, then definitely the output will be log of A. This is log amplifier. When we pass this log A through a multiplier, suppose B is the multiplication factor, then at the output we will get B multiplied by log of A. Now if we want to calculate that we are doing to calculate A to power B. So to calculate A to power B, we can use this procedure, and after that if we pass this B log A with anti-log or pass through anti-log, then we will get A to power B. So this is how, with the use of log and anti-log amplifier, we can implement this function. Similarly, if we want to calculate under root of A, then just replace this multiplier block by divider. So if we replace this block with divider, and let's say this B is replaced by 1 by 2, then at that time here we will get 1 by 2 log A. Log A divided by 1 by 2, and here we will get under root of A. So this is how we can implement A to power B or root of A. So these are some operations by which we can implement these functions. So these are the operation of log and anti-log amplifier. So let's see. So basic log amplifier produces an output voltage as a function of logarithmic of the input. As I have already told you, this log amplifier is a non-linear application of op-amp. So let's say, let's understand what is the meaning of non-linear. Suppose V in is the input signal. When we pass this input with log or anti-log amplifier, then definitely output will be log of V in or anti-log of V in. You can see that there is no linear relation exists. Linear relation means V equals to IR. So there is no linear relation. That means output should be proportional to V input. But here in this case, output is not proportional to input voltage because this is logarithmic. There is a logarithmic relation or anti-logarithmic relation in between input and outputs. That's why the log and anti-log amplifier are known as the non-linear application of op-amp. So same, you can see that this is the output expression of logarithmic amplifier. Now the question is how we can implement the log amplifier using operational amplifier. Because if we talk about simply op-amp is a linear device. As you already aware, if I pass any signal like V1 and V2 from op-amp, then definitely at output I'll get A multiplied by V2 minus V1, where A is the gain of the op-amp. So I can write here V output is proportional to V2 minus V1. So there is a linear relation in between input and output. So to make it non-linear, that means I have to calculate logarithmic of the input signal. Definitely I need to add some non-linear component. So if we talk about the non-linear component, so in the electronics there are two basic components. One is diode and second one is BJT. They are having non-linear relation between input and output. So if we use diode or BJT along with the operational amplifier, then easily we can implement logarithmic amplifier. So this is the concept. This is how we can calculate logarithmic of any function. Because you recall that a diode has exponential characteristic up to a forward voltage of approximately 0.7 volt, and hence the semiconductor PN junction in the form of a diode or the base emitter junction of a BJT can be used to provide a logarithmic characteristic, because here exponential relation is already exist. So just by converting this exponential relation, we can implement the logarithmic amplifier. So these are the circuits for logarithmic amplifier. Here in this figure 1, you can see that logarithmic amplifier implementation using diode, whereas in figure 2, you can see that the implementation of logarithmic amplifier using BJT. So if we see the operation of this diode based log amplifier, you can see that whenever this V input is positive, the diode is forward bias, and in that case this current I1, let's say, is equals to the current in the diode IF, because the current through this op-amp is 0, because op-amp is having infinite input impedance. So this current is approximate equals to 0. So I can write I input is equals to IF, and I input is equals to V in minus 0, because due to the concept of virtual ground, this node is at virtual ground, because non-inverting node is connected to ground. So virtually the voltage at this node equals to 0 volt. So V in minus 0 by R1 is the value of I1 current, and IF, you can write the expression for IF, and this IF is equals to IS e to the power VD by eta VT, where VD is the voltage across this diode, this is the forward bias voltage, and VT is the thermal voltage, eta is the ideality factor, and this ideality factor varies diode to diode. So there is a dependency on the diode if I design logarithmic amplifier using the diode. So now if I compare I1 equals to IF, then we will get V output equals to, this is the value of reverse saturation current, reverse leakage current or reverse saturation current IS. Here this IS is basically IR, representing IR. So this is IR ln V in, that is V input, by IR into R1. This IR is the reverse saturation current. Sometimes it is also known as by IS. It can be represented by IS also. So this IS into R1 can be replaced by V reference. So this expression can be written as V output equals to IR or IS ln V in upon V reference. So here you can see that there is a log of input voltage at the output. So this is how we can implement logarithmic of the input using this diode based circuit. But there is a issue of ideality factor, and definitely this VT thermal voltage and this reverse saturation current IS. So to overcome with these problems, I have one solution that we can implement this circuit using BJT also. So if we implement the logarithmic function using BJT, then the problem of ideality factor can be eliminated. So here you can see that in place of diode, I have replaced by a bipolar junction transistor, where the base of this transistor is capped at 0 volt. So this is actually a diode connected transistor, where the emitter base junction is forward bias, when the collector base junction is capped at reverse bias voltage. So the current across this transistor can be given by, like this is the current of transistor, so that can be given by IS e to the power VBE by VT. There is no term of ideality factor, so we can at least remove the problem of ideality factor, but there is a problem of reverse saturation current which exists in diode based circuit as well as in the transistor based circuit. Also there is a problem of temperature. With the temperature, the output can fluctuate. So to overcome these problems, we will see another updated circuit later in the presentation. So now you can see for the transistor based circuit, we will get the V output expression like this, where you can see that V output is proportional to logarithmic of V input. So this is the implementation of log function using the operational amplifier and diode, or you can use BJT in place of diode. There are several applications of logarithmic or anti-logarithmic amplifier, like you can calculate log, you can calculate log base 10 also. Like if we multiply the expression with 0.4343, then we can convert ln x into the log base 10x. So this is how we can calculate log x. This is simply a mathematical expression. We can calculate sin hx and many more functions. With the help of logarithmic amplifier, we can compress the dynamic range of the signal. So these can be used in the field of communication. Now for the BJT based circuit, this is the flow by which you can see that what is the output expression, basically the derivation of logarithmic amplifier. So here you can see that emitter current IE, that is can be given by IS e to the power VB QVE by KT minus 1, where this IS is known as emitter saturation current. In case of diode, this is known as reverse saturation current. This is the value of IS. K is the Boltzmann constant, this is the constant value. T is the absolute temperature, that is nearly about like 25-degree room temperature. So we can use these constant value to calculate the value of VT. Now IE is nearly equals to IS because we have grounded the base terminal. So base current is nearly equals to 0. So I can equate IE with IC. So here IC is equals to IS into e to the power QVE by KT minus 1, and this can be if I take the log on both the sides, means we can calculate the value of V output like this just by replacing the IC by VI by R1. You know that this is equals to VI by R1 we have calculated in the previous slide, and VE, you can see from the diagram, this VE is equals to minus of V output. So just by replacing the value of these voltage and currents, we will get V output, that is equals to minus KT by Q ln VI upon R1 into IS, and where this R1 into IS can be equated with V reference. So this is the final expression, V output equals to minus KT by Q, and this KT by Q is known as VT, that is the thermal voltage, VT ln VI by V reference. So now you can see from this expression that output is dependent on the temperature as well as on the reverse saturation current. So there are two factors on which the output depends. One is temperature, second one is the reverse saturation current. Basically the reverse saturation current varies from transistor to transistor, and also with the time, also with the temperature. So for the every if I double the temperature, if I increase the temperature, then definitely the IS will also increase. So that will affect the V output. So to overcome this problem, one problem is with IS and second problem is with the temperature. So to overcome these two problems, we can design another circuit which is known as temperature compensated logarithmic amplifier. In this circuit, we will use more number of op-amp. Let's see the circuit. So this is the circuit for temperature compensated logarithmic amplifier. Here you can see that this is 1 log amplifier. Like we can calculate log of A. So I can write actually log of V input, because here input is represented by VI. So this circuit will calculate log of VI. Definitely there is some proportionality constant. Similarly, this circuit is, you can see that this is also a logarithmic amplifier that can calculate log of VR with the proportionality constant. The logarithmic of V1 and V reference, here this V reference I have added with the help of some supply voltage. We can pass this through a difference amplifier. This is a difference amplifier. The output of the difference amplifier can be given by, like V output can be given by all the value of resistances are equal. So that will equals to, actually the expression is R4 by R3 into V plus minus V minus. So in our case, this V output can be given by R4 equals to R, R2 equals to R. So that is equals to V plus minus V minus. So with the help of these two logarithmic amplifier, I can write the expression for VO1 and VO2. So this V output will become VO2 minus VO1. Now another op-amp is used to compensate with the temperature effect. So here a temperature dependent resistor is added, that is known as RTC. This resistor is known as thermistor. It is having positive temperature coefficient. The meaning of positive temperature coefficient is that when we increase the temperature, if I increase the temperature, the value of RTC will increase. If I reduce the temperature, the value of RTC will reduce. There are two type of temperature dependent resistors are available in the market. One is having positive temperature coefficient and another is having negative temperature coefficient. In case of negative temperature coefficient, if I increase the temperature, then the value of resistance will decrease, whereas if I decrease the value of temperature, then the value of resistance will increase. So here in our case, we have used the positive temperature coefficient thermistor. So now if I calculate the value of V output just by replacing the VO2 and VO1 in this equation, I can achieve the final expression that will be V output equals to KT by Q ln Vi by V reference or VR. Here you can see that this output is only depend on this temperature, but this V reference in the previous, if you see in the previous output, this V reference is equals to IS into R, where this IS is temperature dependent parameter. So in our case, we have replaced or we have added another source VR, which is not temperature dependent. So here in this expression, I have got this VR. So that means the problem of IS can be eliminated using the 3 op-amp circuit. 3 op-amp circuit means using 2 log amplifier and 1 difference amplifier. So at this point, I'll get the output which is not dependent on the reverse saturation current, but still this expression is depend on the temperature. Now, so to overcome with this problem of temperature, again a non-inverting op-amp is added. Actually, this will be connected. This is the negative terminal and this is the positive terminal. So here you can see that this is a non-inverting amplifier where input is connected at the non-inverting node, whereas at the inverting node there is a feedback connected, and this feedback consisting of 2 resistors. One is R2, that is a normal resistor, and another one is the RTC, which is a thermistor. The value of RTC depend on the value of temperature. So you know the expression for the non-inverting amplifier, the gain of the non-inverting amplifier. So directly you can use to calculate the V comp. So we can calculate V compensated, that is equals to the gain of non-inverting amplifier, that is 1 plus R2 by RTC multiply by the input. So input is what? V output, which we have calculated in the previous equation. So just write this expression, that is equals to KT by Q. This is the expression, KT by Q ln Vi by VR. So here you can see that if there is a increase in the temperature, so the KT by Q will increase. At the same time, there is an increase in the value of RTC. So at the numerator, there is a increase, and with the same factor, there is an increment in the denominator. So this RTC is added to compensate with the temperature fluctuations. So this is how the temperature compensation can be achieved using op-amp in the logarithmic amplifier. So this circuit can provide you the output voltage, which is the logarithmic of input with some scaling factor. This 1 plus R2 by RTC, KT by Q, and obviously this V reference, where in this case this V reference is equals to VR. These are the scaling factors. So we can achieve the scaled logarithmic of V input, which is totally independent of temperature and all other fluctuating parameters. So this is the stable output voltage. So this is how we can achieve the temperature compensation in logarithmic amplifier. This is very important because if the logarithmic amplifier the output is dependent on the temperature, so we know that we can expand the dynamic range with the help of logarithmic amplifier. So there is a major impact of the temperature on the output expression. So to overcome this effect, we can use temperature compensated logarithmic amplifier. Now come to the basics of anti-log amplifier. This circuit will perform the reverse operation. With the help of anti-log amplifier, we can calculate anti-log of any input voltage. So to reverse the operation, whereas in logarithmic amplifier we can calculate log, now we have to calculate anti-log. So I have just changed the position of transistor and the resistor. So just by changing the position of transistor and resistor, we can implement the function of anti-log amplifier, So here in this slide, you can see that the anti-log amplifier using transistor, whereas you can also implement the anti-log amplifier using the diode. So let's see the circuit for anti-log amplifier using diode. Circuit is same, just you can replace this transistor with a diode. Remaining components are same. So here this is V in, and here you can calculate V output. So here also, if this diode is in forward bias condition, then this current will equals to the feedback current. So the operation of the anti-log amplifier is same for temperature, BJT based or diode based. So the only difference of the device. So here we have used the transistor, and the output expression of the anti-log amplifier can be given by this equation. So here also you can see that there is a effect of reverse saturation current of transistor, that is IEBO, and obviously this 0.25 is representing VT, that is the thermal voltage. So the thermal voltage is again depend on the temperature. This expression is basically KT by Q. So in case of anti-log amplifier also, we need some methodology by which we can eliminate the effect of temperature and the reverse saturation current of the expression. Then only we can use this anti-log amplifier to calculate the anti-log of any input voltage or any input signal. So this is the basic of anti-log amplifier. So here in this lecture we have study about the basics of logarithmic and anti-logarithmic amplifier. Log and anti-log amplifier both are the application of non-linear application of operational amplifier, and these can be used to calculate the mathematical functions like multiplication, division, to calculate the square of any number, to calculate the division of any number, and with the help of temperature compensated logarithmic or anti-logarithmic amplifier, we can also remove the effect of temperature on the output expression. The main use of logarithmic and anti-logarithmic amplifier is to compress or expand the dynamic range of any input, and they are having many applications in the field of communication or digital signal processing. So this is all from my side. Thank you so much.